Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 105 on my RLDR Custom Creations YouTube channel. Why am I sitting here with all my turning chucks and everything out on a piece of plywood? Well, we're going to build a drawer today, and if you want to see how I'm going to do that, all you have to do is stay tuned. Well, I have lots of drawers to build. Initially, I've calculated I'd need about 16 in those 4 cabinets. Remember the cabinet I built in the last video? I'm going to do 3 more like that. But I want to try to get some drawer stuff figured out so that if I need to buy some more materials, I can go out and do that and hopefully catch some of it on sale yet. So what I did is the first cabinet I'm building is probably going to be the one closest to my lathe. So my turning tools are going to go in there. So I decided that with the extra height I have, I can probably get 5 drawers in that one quite nicely. And I did the math already, and hopefully I'm right. But my drawer sides should be about 5.5 inches tall. So I'm not going to get as fancy building these as I did with my bathroom vanity. There's going to be a dado groove cut in the bottom, and this 3/8 OSB is going in there. The sides are going to be 5/8 OSB, and I'm just going to rabbet the corners and nail them, glue them and nail them. And that'll be plenty good enough for this drawer. The finish on the inside, I have not decided on that yet. I really don't like the idea of painting it all. And it's not that I'm storing, like on a farm, say, oil change equipment or greasy stuff. It's going to be stuff like turning chucks and my coring system and all the things that I need a home for, my sharpening stuff. And, and I don't know if I necessarily need a finish. The bottom of the drawer is going to get finished like my tool drawer did, because I've now figured out how to use the gym mat and the yoga mat to make a cutout surface so that I can set my chucks and everything in there. So I've got a lot to do today. So rather than listen to me talk, today we're going to cut a little bit. But in the end, by the end of today, I'm going to have 1 drawer done. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit. All right, well, the first step is to take and rip the sides for the drawers. I'm just going to cut 1 strip today because I don't really have a lot of room to store stuff in here right now. So I'm just going to cut what I'm going to use. You can see all my lathes out here yet. We had a pen turning class by the Hub City Turners on the weekend, and I haven't quite cleaned up from that yet. So we're just going to cut 1 strip. I already have my table saw set to 5.5 inches. I am probably going to round over the top a little bit, but I'm not going to leave any extra for sanding or anything like that. I'm just going to cut it to final size right away. So here we go. And that's it. So we're moving right along here. We'll move on to the next step. And now we're going to cut the 2 sides and the front and the back. And here we go. Sides, front and back are cut. All right, and now it's time to cut the rabbet joint on the drawer sides, the long pieces. So I did a test already. I've got my dado head cutting just right here, and I'm going to quickly cut these 4 rabbits. And there we go. That's all done. Okay, with the ends rabbited, now it's time to put the dado in for the shelf bottom. So we're just going to do that quickly. Oh, and by the way, it's a 3/8 OSB bottom, and an OSB doesn't measure exactly quite right, so I had to adjust the groove accordingly. So here we go. All right, that's that. And now we'll move on to cutting the bottom. Well, off camera, I ripped a strip for the bottoms. It's about a 1/2 inch wider, maybe a bit more than what I actually need, but I want to cut this green edge off. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little thicker, and I want the piece to fit into the groove that I cut nicely. So we're going to cut this to the right width, and then we'll cut the squares to length, and then we can move on. So here we go. And that's that. And I use the same procedure to cut the length as the width. So off camera, I cut this about a 1/2 inch again, longer than I needed it. So now I'm going to take it, I'm going to cut the green edge off. So the bottom panel is cut. Now we're going to, okay, well, I'm a little bit bent over because I hopefully can get you to see all of this. I have my laminate trimmer with a small round over bit in it, and it just breaks the edge a little bit, which is nice. So, okay, here we go. Yeah, that's good. It feels, even without sanding, it feels just fine. So yeah, that's it. I got one more piece to go, but you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times. So we're on to the next step. And we're at the assembly stage. So this is really, really simple to put this together. All I'm going to do is put glue on the rabbets and dados and brad nail everything together. This is a very, very simple way to do it. Not going too easy on the glue. I want to make sure. The one thing this may need is some strength. And again, I'm going to put the smooth panel up. Okay, well, this might be a little iffy getting this in exactly the right place. I bet it was the other one that I marked. Yeah, it's got to go this way a little bit. Oh, yeah, I forgot it. I had it marked, but then I grabbed the wrong piece. That looks pretty good. Okay. So, I am really looking forward to having this done. Timing is going to be bad. I have big plans for the next little while here. I want to start on a in-the-house renovation. Want to do some painting. I hate painting, but we're going to do it anyway because it needs to be done. Perfect. Okay. And in February, I'm hoping that there'll be enough interest that we can start teaching again and working with students. So that should hopefully be good. We'll just... I really don't think a person would need to nail this together at all. There we go. That'll be nice. But the one thing I like about this drawer is it's simple. It's strong and it's simple. You know, there's no fancy joinery here. I just don't see the need to do it. Yes, arguably a box joint or a dovetail joint would definitely be stronger. But this is going to be plenty strong enough. Oops. Pieces of my router going flying. Okay. I cut it just a little shorter so that I wouldn't have, so that it wouldn't hang up on the, so I'd be able to get the corners tight. But it almost looks like I may have given that a little bit more than I needed to. But I'm just going to tack those in. There we go. What's important to remember when you're doing a drawer with side mount slides, that you make your drawer about an inch or an inch and a 16th on the outside, less than the opening. That is the way those are designed to work, and they're a little finicky that way. And I think I've got that exactly. I spent some time on it anyway. Okay. Yeah, I think I've got to try to slide the panel down just a little bit. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oops. Yeah. Oh, came apart. Okay, that was I beating it a little bit too hard. And what I like to do at the end is just make sure that everything's straight. Sides are straight. Yeah. And just double check square. And it's a little out. It shouldn't be. There we go. That'll help. "31 inches right on the nose, both sides." So there you have it. Now, the reason I had all this other stuff out here before was, I'm sorry to step off camera here, but the plan is that this is where my chucks are going to go. And you see the height is nice. I am going to put my own system of drawers or a liner in here, and it'll raise it up 1/4 inch yet. But see, that's all those chucks and things that I had sitting here. I measured out the bottom and I laid everything out there. So I'm going to get all my chucks and jaws and chuck wrenches to sit in this drawer. So that's another thing that's really important, and I need to take the time to do. That's why I decided that this first bank is going to have 5 drawers in it, and that is important. So, but some of the others I may go with 4, because the drawers, when you have over 30 inches to divide into drawer spaces, you get quite a bit of room. And I really, like in this cabinet, I don't need an 8-inch tall drawer. It serves me no purpose. It's just a waste of space. So here I threw an extra drawer in, and that's going to allow me to get the storage that I need. And plus, I won't be digging. The other thing I don't want is levels of storage. Like everything is going to be, there's just one layer of things in the bottom here, no more. So anyway, I'm going to take this apart. This is going to go in like this. Going to put the slides on it. But I've got a bit of work to do now. I'm going to make another 4 of these. And we're going to put the pine onto the face frame yet that I haven't done. And then I'm going to assemble one. And I don't think I'll put the drawer faces on right away. Maybe I will. And then I'm going to start assembling the other ones and maybe do it one module at a time. So But I'm not sure if I'll show you any more of that. I may show you drawer faces and other things that I haven't shown you yet. But I like the OSB for doing shop drawers. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you differ, please leave me a comment. I'd sure like to hear what your argument is. But I think to store my one-way stronghold chucks and my Talon, and then I have a Nova G3 and then some general chuck, and I've got a few things. So this way they're all laid out. I know where everything is, and what I've learned from my clamp storage and my wrench storage that I did a few chapters back, once I have a place for it, I actually put it away. And that speaks volumes for all the things that I need to do. So anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you're thinking about building some shop cabinets, but you don't have time to do the Matt Cremona, and I don't, believe me, I'm not knocking his work at all. It is amazing. I watch his channel as much as I can. I love his content. He is a fine woodworker, and when he does the epoxy set of doors on his tool cabinet, yeah, that's wonderful. But I have a time and a budget, so I need to get things done so I can get my shop organized, so that I can work in here properly and shoot video properly and have students in here properly. And I'm going to settle for what I am going to do with this. And who knows, maybe if I'm some years famous on YouTube and I have buckets of money to spend and lots of time, then maybe I'll upgrade some of this stuff and give this stuff away. But anyway, for now, it's going to work well for me. And I hope you enjoyed today's chapter. Thank you for watching if you have been. And you know what? We're going to see you in the next video, probably closer to the weekend. Take care. Have a good week.